Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. There's a storm brewing in Los Angeles. And it's not about the weather, it's about something far more shocking, far more unexpected. Rumors are swirling, whispers echoing through the baseball world, and the source of it all, none other than two of the Dodgers' biggest names, MOOKIE BETTS and TEOSCAR HERNANDEZ. According to insiders close to the organization, though officially, everything's quiet, something major has gone down behind closed doors. The kind of fallout that shakes a locker room. Word is, these two stars had a serious falling out. Not a disagreement, not a cold shoulder, but an actual, heated altercation that escalated far beyond the normal bounds of professional tension. The kind of clash that can derail an entire season. We're not talking about some argument over playing time or positioning. This was physical, emotional, and enough to reportedly get both players pulled from the active roster, if true. This isn't just a baseball story, it's a sports earthquake. And if you've been following the Dodgers this season, you know how crucial both of these guys are to the team's chemistry. So why would the all-star caliber players explode like this, right in the middle of the stretch run? That's the mystery everyone's trying to solve. What we're hearing, and remember, this is all rumor territory right now, as that tension had been simmering between the two for weeks, maybe even months. It wasn't just one incident, but a slow build-up of friction. Sources suggest that the issue may have started over something as subtle as batting order changes or clubhouse leadership roles. Imagine that, two elite competitors, both used to being the guy, trying to coexist in a room full of alpha energy. Betts, the established face of the franchise, a leader with MVP credentials, and Hernandez, the powerful newcomer with a big bat and bigger presence, both trying to steer the ship. People close to the situation say there were moments, post-game exchanges, dugout looks, passive-aggressive comments that slowly turned toxic, and finally, it all boiled over. Some say it happened after a game where one blamed the other for a defensive miscue. Others say it was sparked by something that happened off the field. But one thing is consistent in every version of the story. Voices were raised, fists may have flown, and now both men are mysteriously absent from the roster. No official injury report, no clear reason, just gone. And here's where things get even weirder. The Dodgers front office has been eerily silent. No statements, no press conferences, no explanations, just vague phrases like internal matters and team protocols. That kind of language always raises red flags. It doesn't take a seasoned reporter to know that when teams get cagey, something big is being hidden. The fact that both Betts and Hernandez are off the field and off the radar at the same time, that's not coincidence, that's consequence. Some beat writers have noted that the two haven't been seen together during pre-game routines in weeks. Others are starting to put together footage, zooming in on body language during recent games, trying to find signs of animosity in high fives, glances, or lack thereof. And in a world where everything is filmed, everything is dissected, you can bet fans are playing detective right now. This kind of tension isn't new in sports, but rarely does it involve players of this caliber on a team with championship aspiration. This late in the season, something happened, and it's big enough that the Dodgers are trying to bury it, at least for now. Let's rewind for a second. MOOKIE BETTS isn't just another player, he's a cornerstone. Since arriving in LA, he's been the symbol of professionalism, leadership, and elite performance. His presence in the lineup, in the dugout, in the media, he's the full package. So if a guy like that gets into a confrontation serious enough to be pulled from the team, it speaks volumes about how far things must have gone. And TEOSCAR, he came into this season as a major acquisition, a power bat, someone expected to fill the gap and bring postseason firepower. He's known for his energy, his emotion, his edge. Sometimes that edge brings out the best, sometimes the worst. Combine that with Mookie's more reserved, leader of men persona, and you can imagine the potential for sparks. Reports say teammates were caught off guard. This wasn't a slow fracture that the whole clubhouse saw coming, it was a sudden implosion. And that's perhaps the most alarming part. If the team didn't see it coming, they couldn't stop it, which means the damage might run deeper than just one argument. This could divide the locker room, fracture team unity, and change the entire narrative of the Dodgers season. Insiders are now suggesting that Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, is in a tough spot. How do you discipline two of your most important players in the middle of a playoff push? If you bench one, you look biased. If you bench both, you send a message, but at what cost? The lineup takes a massive hit. The chemistry goes into freefall. The fans start asking questions, and worse, the media begins digging deeper. Roberts has always been known as a player's coach, someone who manages personalities as much as lineups. But even he might not be able to contain this mess. There are whispers that front office execs are considering arbitration-level interventions. If the situation doesn't cool down soon, that's the level we're talking about. Some are even speculating whether one of these guys might be traded in the offseason as a result of this. Yes, traded. The Dodgers don't typically panic. They build for the long haul. But even the best organizations can reach a tipping point. And if the fight between Betts and Hernandez is as bad as some insiders claim, the team might not have a choice. This could be the beginning of the end for this version of the Dodgers. Now, the fan reaction has been nothing short of explosive. Social media is a wildfire, and it's spreading fast. You have Dodgers fans torn between disbelief and frustration. Some refuse to believe it. Mookie would never, they say. Others are pointing fingers at TEOSCAR, citing his fiery past and previous altercations. Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, it's all chaos right now. Clips are being analyzed, statements overinterpreted, and conspiracy theories abound. One user even broke down handshake routines to prove there's tension. That's where we're at. But here's the thing, the silence from the Dodgers organization is only fueling the fire. In the absence of facts, rumors become truth. People want answers. They want transparency. And right now, all they have are cryptic comments and massive holes in the lineup. Fans are calling into radio shows, demanding accountability. If they can't get along, trade one. This is what happens when you put egos before team. And in this moment, the team's leadership is being tested in a way we haven't seen in years. Because once fans lose faith in the unity of the roster, they start questioning everything from coaching to front office strategy. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. And don't think this isn't impacting the rest of the locker room. Even if players aren't speaking publicly, you know there's tension behind the scenes. Imagine being a rookie or a role player, trying to focus on your next game, while watching two of your leaders go Mia after an alleged blow-up. You think that doesn't shake your confidence in the team. You think that doesn't affect focus, morale, rhythm. Clubhouse chemistry is everything in baseball, and when it's broken, it doesn't always get fixed overnight. Veterans might be taking sides quietly. Younger players might be unsure who to trust. And let's not forget, rival teams are watching all of this unfold. You better believe that playoff-bound teams are taking notes, hoping to capitalize on any distraction or instability. If the Dodgers can't resolve this fast, they risk losing. More than just the players, they risk their edge. And if they do bring both guys back without resolution, will the tension just resurface at the worst time? Playoff pressure is brutal. And if there's even a sliver of unresolved drama, it could blow up all over again, only this time on the biggest stage. Of course, there's also the business side of this. Betts is under a massive contract. TEOSCAR's situation is different. But both players represent major financial and branding stakes for the Dodgers. Sponsors, ticket sales, merch, these aren't just athletes, they're investments. So when scandal threatens their marketability, the business office gets involved. And that's when things really get complicated. There's already speculation that PR consultants have been called in. That's usually a sign that damage control is underway. If a public statement does come, expect it to be carefully worded, pre-approved, and possibly even rehearsed. But fans are smart, they know when they're being fed a sanitized version of events. And if the full story ever does leak, and it's even half as dramatic as the whispers suggest, it'll dominate sports media for weeks. ESPN, Fox, The Athletic, they're all watching, waiting. You can already picture the headlines: Dodger drama, Betts versus TEOSCAR, the untold story, how a clubhouse fight derailed a contender. This could end up as a documentary someday, but for now, the real question is, who's going to speak first? Will one of the players break silence? Or will the team finally be forced to come clean? Until then, we're all left speculating, trying to read between the lines. And the truth is, this might not be the first time something like this has happened. It's just the first time it's come to light. Professional sports are pressure cookers. Personalities clash, egos collide. But most of the time, it stays behind the curtain. What makes this so explosive is that the curtain seems to have slipped. And now everyone's peeking inside. What they're seeing isn't pretty. Two of the game's top talents, reportedly unable to coexist. It challenges everything we thought we knew about this Dodgers team. The chemistry, the leadership, the focus, it's all under scrutiny now. And in an era where every move is magnified, every rumor becomes a headline. The Dodgers can't afford this kind of spotlight. Not now. Not in a season where the stakes are so high. This was supposed to be their year, but internal turmoil has a way of rewriting scripts, and if this situation isn't handled with precision, urgency, and honesty, it could go from a bump in the road to a full-on derailment. For now, we wait. We speculate, and we brace for whatever comes next, because, let's be honest, we've seen this story before, just not quite like this. Teammates fight. Sure, that's as old as the game itself. But rarely does it involve the heart and soul of a franchise. Rarely does it threaten to tear apart a championship window. That's why this story matters. That's why the baseball world is watching so closely, and that's why this can't be swept under the rug. Not by the Dodgers. Not by MLB. Not by the media. If Betts and Hernandez are truly at odds, and if the fight was as serious as some sources claim, then this moment marks a turning point. A crossroads for a team that spent years building toward dominance. Now, everything's in question. The clubhouse culture, the leadership dynamics, the team's ability to weather adversity. All of it's in flux, and all because the stars reportedly couldn't find common ground. Whether it's ego, misunderstanding, or deeper resentment, the result is the same. The Dodgers are rattled, and the season hangs in the balance. Will they recover? Can they heal? Or is this the beginning of something darker, something that no one in LA saw coming? In the end, maybe this all blows over. Maybe the players talk it out. Maybe the front office works some magic. Maybe this becomes just another footnote in a long season. But right now, it doesn't feel like that. Right now, it feels like something has cracked, and the Dodgers, for all their talent and depth, can't ignore it. They can't pretend it didn't happen. The fans won't let them. The media won't let them. And perhaps most importantly, the players themselves won't forget. Baseball is a long season. But memories like this don't fade quickly. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. Chemistry, once disrupted, takes time to restore. And while the scoreboard may not reflect it yet, the ripple effect is already moving through the team. The games will go on, the stats will continue, but something intangible has shifted. And until the Dodgers confront it head-on with honesty, accountability, and clarity, they'll be playing from behind, not just on the field, but in the clubhouse, in the hearts of the fans, and in the soul of the team. This is more than just a rumor, it's a wake-up call, and how the Dodgers respond will define the rest of their season. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.